Cancel. Okay. Start recording. I guess I'm recording. Hey, yeah, my name is Clyde Price. Uh, I'm 63 years old. Uh, I'm going to try and do a discussion on a topic. Um, if I get any questions, I'll uh, go ahead and answer them to the best of my ability. I'm a 63-year-old veteran. I joined the Air Force when I was 19, 18, 19. And that was, I thought, the best part of my life. Until the time I started having hallucinations, tried to shoot myself in the head with a .22 rifle under my chin. Would have. And ever since then, since the Air Force kicked me out for failure to repair, I tried to kill myself the following 2 to 3 years. Or 4 years. Mainly because I was having command hallucinations, and I was having thoughts that I thought people were putting in my brain. And after all, I bounced in and out of the hospital more than 300 times in my life. A lot of the hospitalizations was after taking a week's worth of medication or 2 weeks worth of medication. So I'd be on suicide watch for a couple times. I was in for 3 months, 6 months. One time I was in for 8 months, or about there, 8 or 9 months. And that was 40 years ago. So now, I still have the voices, but they're not as bad. I can control the stuff to where I'm no longer a menace to myself, or try not to be with other people too. So it's hard on me when I drink, because when I drink I fall in suit. I still get into what the shit goes on in my head, and it's not good when I'm drinking. So now I got to the point where I know if I have more than 3, I'm pushing it. So if I have more than 3 within 3 hours, I'm pushing it. If I drink 1 an hour or 1 every hour and 20 minutes, it's not bad. Nothing happens. I do okay. In other words, it's kind of like a DUI. You blow an '08, you might as well go to jail. Anything over an '08. So, or an '06, sorry. For me, I won't drink and drive anymore. I have, and I've gotten in trouble for it. And I've even gotten DUIs for not even drinking. That's the hard DUIs to fight because I'm not on a substance. Some people would say that's easy to fight. The problem with that is that yes, it's easy to fight with the alcohol because they can't get you on a DUI if you're not blowing a 0005 or 0001. But if you are still not lucid, it's still driving under the influence. You can get a ticket for driving under the influence of being too tired. To me, it's being too psychotic. So I keep away from that. I take my medicines regularly because if I don't, I know that it's just a matter of time and I'll be back in the hospital. And I hate being in the hospital. I have 2 fur babies. I got George, he's a orange Maine Coon. He likes to sleep with me. He's a cuddler. Then I have my other one, which is Midnight. He's black. He loves belly rubs. Or he likes to be rubbed. Run all the way down his belly, all the way back up, his side. That cat loves to be rubbed. And then I got my dog. He is a service dog. He has been trained. He's also an elopement risk. He loves to run away to visit with other animals. Then he'll come back and bark outside the gate. But when he gets loose, we try to catch him right away. One way I do it is I drive down the road, open the door, and let him jump in. Because he'd rather be with me in the car than outside the car chasing it. He even learned that at the lakes because I'd let him out to go play in the lake. And at that time, I knew he wasn't going to come when I called him. So I'd open the back door of my truck and I would start to drive off. I'd start home. And he'd be coming around the lake and jump in the back door. I'd have to stop and close the door. But all I got to do is honk twice and start going. He'll meet me. Damnedest thing I ever known. But he's a good boy. He deserves every biscuit I give him. Cats, they like their treats too. I'm also a computer junkie. I like working on computers. I have a battery back. I have an Echo Flow with extra battery, a Delta 2 with an extra battery for my computer and my air machine. Next, I'm getting a generator. So that way, if somebody takes out a power pole, I'll still have oxygen. And of course, computer too, which will be internet and everything else. Because, yeah, I set it up that way. I could lose power, but I won't lose internet. I won't use my computer. A lot of things happened in my past. I have a lot of regrets and a lot of, non-regrets. There are certain people that I knew. I wish I would have told them how I felt. And I wish I would have done something different. But it's not just my fault. Like this one kid, Eddie. He was a really good friend. He was a lot younger than I was. He wanted me to move with him, or I wanted him to stay with me. At the time, I didn't want to move. I just got moved into town 3 months prior to all the crap going down. And I didn't think that I could handle a new spot, new place, something totally different. After I moved to Boise, I figured out that I could. But then I blew that too. I had this friend, Alan, a really good guy. And I miss him more than anything. When we first met, he was gonna stay the night. Maybe we have pizza, party and stuff. Ended up not doing that, so. But I think it was more like about a week later or so that had a kid's mom said that I had porn in my house, which I didn't. I couldn't even figure out where the hell they could have got the porn at. And they told me that they got it from their parents. It was their parents' porn that I got in trouble with. Because they watched it and then asked their parents. The only reason why they watched it was because I left them the key to my house to feed my damn cat. And they used it, took advantage of it. So, police were involved. I wish I could have sued the police over it. Because they were thinking that the porn came from my house. They took every video I had, and I told them, if you find porn, I'll admit to nothing, but I'll tell you exactly what you can do. And they didn't find shit, because there was none. It was the porn that they got from their parents. Now, that was before the computers, you know. Would have been up to me, I would have filed charges against the parents. Because they tried to get me in trouble. Anyway, that was back in the 80s. I think it was between 85 and 90. Then I saw both of them. Or, no. Saw one of them. I saw Eddie. He gave me a sob story and made me want to cry. Because it hurt. What he said hurt. But there's no way I could have convinced him otherwise. So I kept my mouth shut. I didn't say a fucking thing. This is not meant for kids to watch. I hit the 18 plus, and that's what it is. I'm going to take a break, or I'm going to go to part 2. So this is the end of this one. I got to go over it and see just what I forgot at the beginning.